What it do, man? It's your boy Drew here, Transferable Experience Podcast, episode 53.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm here with my guy, my boy, Ed. How you doing?
And I'm good. I can't complain. How you doing today, man?
Man, you know, I'm doing good, man. I'm having a nice little day. What I was thinking about earlier, I had this on my mind, right? So my Chiefs lost the game, so I'm being very, very salty. And I hope and I pray that we have a nice little bounce back. So I've been looking at just like how people get so attached to like teams and things like that. Mm-hmm. Like why is, I'm thinking to myself like I'm wondering why this is affecting my emotions so much. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't let things like that mess with me like that. But I don't know. This one hit a little harder. So I don't know, bro. I've been trying to center myself, been trying to look at things in my life to make sure I'm doing good and everything like that.
But you know, that's kind of like
I was thinking about that hard.
What they like when it comes, because we talked about that in grad school. Like that's like something that they want, like that affinity for a team.
Yeah.
So where you feel like you just super involved in it.
Yeah. And you know, I am a fan, and fan is short for fanatic. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what I kept telling myself. Like, man, am I letting this take me out the game like this so much? But that makes sense though, because I do have a real affinity.
But yeah, that's what they hope to. That's the connection they hope to form with a team, where it's an affinity where you get emotionally invested, because that's when you spend more. That's when you spend more. I do spend more scratch on it.
Yeah. I do got a couple of jerseys in the closet and one on the way. So I'm definitely like that, man. That was on my mind as I was moving out throughout the day and stuff like that.
But, yeah, man. I think since we talking about what's been on our mind, I just been thinking about like how I've been on like some macro stuff. Okay. And how like
let's talk about it.
I feel like sometimes like because my therapist. Okay. Good old therapy. I'm still in it, guys.
I was about to say we haven't got an insight in a minute.
But he had asked me recently, because we've just been working through some stuff, and I was just telling him how like I feel like a lot of myself. I think you feel the same way, where our self-worth is tied into productivity. Yes. And that can be a good thing, but there's also negatives towards that too. Yeah. And I told him how it's like I just work better when I have something to work towards, like a goal. It can be something silly like, oh, I know I'm about to play. We're going to do some one-on-one drills because somebody been talking. Okay, that's all I needed. Say like whatever I need, but it just helped for me to have like, I don't know. I guess if that's like the athlete mindset, because we was always, okay, this week you got this meet or this opponent. So it's like you always preparing for something, and that's what kind of helped get you in the right mindset on knowing how to prepare for stuff. And I was telling them that, like I was saying, like I was telling them, like, because we was just talking about like when I went through unemployment. Okay. And that's going to be an episode, by the way. And how like my self-worth is so tied into my productivity. So me not working or doing anything per se to make me feel productive, how that like had a negative impact on me. And I was telling him, like I was saying, how I always got something to work towards. And he was like, well, he's like, I understand that, but what's your purpose? And I was like, well, I was like, huh.
Like defined by you though.
Yeah, he was just talking about like on like a macro level. He was like, well, what's your purpose in life? Yeah. And I was like,
that's $1 million question.
And I looked at him and I said, I see why, I pay you now. And I can't answer that right now.
Oh, so you just didn't have an answer?
No, not in real time. Like I said, when he asked me that, I was like, when I like really break that down and think about it, I was like, I can like ramble something, but I was like, I don't have a definitive answer. And I mean, this is a Transferable Experience podcast, and it's me being,
transferable.
Yeah, and extremely transparent right now. So
right.
I think that's just something I've been like working through. Like, what is my purpose?
Okay.
Like, I know, like I say, I like having something to work towards, and that ties to my productivity and stuff. But just like on the macro level, what is my purpose?
Right.
So, do you know your purpose? That's why I said all that to say, do you know your purpose?
Okay, so I know that we mentioned this before or anything like that, because it sounds like when you say that, I think to myself like, okay, the internal question I ask myself is like, what is your why? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What's your why for doing something like that? Mm-hmm. And I know my purpose. I know that I mentioned it before, and you can kind of like gather this from what I've been talking about. We're going to get into that a little later by the type of person I am. But I'm the type of person, like, my purpose is driven just by, like, impact. You know what I mean? Impact. What can I do to... You know what's crazy? I'll tell you this story. So when I went and joined the service program, AmeriCorps, shout out to all my AmeriCorps people, we did a breakout project. And the question they asked, it was a macro question too, where it says, why do you do service? Mm-hmm. Like, why, like, what's your definition of service, right?
Yeah.
And my definition of service, we all got to write our own little definition, each one of us. Mm-hmm. Mine was improving the quality of life for others. Mm-hmm. So that's why I did service, but also I know that I'm a service driven guy. Mm-hmm. In my life. My whole life is pretty much centered around like service. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know that's my purpose. I want to improve the quality of life for other people. Mm-hmm. Like, if I can do something that makes your life a little easier, make your living a little better, that's what I want to be engaged in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, my life is important too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I feel like that's what my purpose was, and for a long time, I didn't know what I wanted it to be. Mm-hmm. Because I felt like growing up, you grew up the same place I did. But anybody growing up, like, there were so many options, so many avenues I could have taken. Mm-hmm. And I used to think to myself, okay, what does it even take to go down this route? I don't like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think that this purpose that I have is the purpose that best suits me and, like, keeps me going, So that's my purpose.
Okay, I was saying, because as you were saying that, no, it wasn't that long, man. But as you were saying that, I think something that I always tell myself on a day-to-day is working towards a better tomorrow.
Okay.
A better tomorrow. And when I say a better tomorrow, I think about, like, although I say tomorrow, I mean like life, like long term, and like setting stuff up. So it's like I have something to pass down. Okay. And like you said, where it's like I can like positively impact everyone around me. So if I open up that restaurant, I can have, because this is how like other cultures do it, where they have cousin Susie doing marketing, cousin Frank over the accountant. Then you got just the manager who is cousin and then cousin this, and then you bring people in under that, but it's like all your people are the ones that's in leadership roles. And if you do that in a few different businesses, or heck, you just got it set up to where I pass that down to my kids or whoever, and then okay, now they got residual income where they got the luxury of, okay, well, we got the restaurant, so I kind of just I can work wherever I want to and follow my passions, because I know I got this income coming in and I get paid. So it's just like I feel like that's my purpose, is creating a better tomorrow, creating like
providing structure,
infrastructure for like the ones
after
the ones in my family after me, like my niece and stuff. That way it's like, oh well, they can be like, oh yeah, well, I get this much because my uncle got a restaurant and he got me set up to where I'm and he got this and this, and he had it set up to where I get paid every month because of this. So I mean, I kind of can, and it's not like it's not supposed to be. It's not necessarily supposed to be a crutch per se. It's just supposed to be like something to help them pursue what they really want to pursue. That way,
you take that
as a person like me who is very finance based, they have that luxury to not have to be that way, where they can just be strictly passion based.
Right.
You know, so if they passion is they want to be a art sculptor instructor, they can do that, and they don't have to worry about finances because somebody before them set stuff in place to where they can just and they can just pursue what they need to pursue. I think that would be my ultimate thing. And then I kind of go into impact the thing, because I know like one of my dreams always was, once I get off whatever I want to get off, I want to like collaborate with my friends on their passions, and I be more so a silent partner. And let them run it.
Let you do your thing. You know?
And I'm just like the silent partner where
I don't want my hand in it.
Yeah, you can give me updates just to make sure, but we get it off the ground. But after that, bro, that's you.
Yeah, that's
like
you.
You just give me my little hey.
Give my little scratch.
Yeah,
give my little scratch.
After that, bro, that's on you. And I think that's always been my dream, to have that set up that way, where I have like I got my stuff, and then I got like different ventures with friends, and I help them get their stuff off so they can be a boss. And and then honestly, I would probably have it set up to where I start off at this percentage, and then after the years, you just gradually just cut me lower until I get like something minuscule where you like you
got your own stuff.
Because I feel like Dame Dash. I remember seeing this interview, and he always said like the reason he more prone to employ women is because men at the end of the day, they gonna always want to be the boss. Like no matter what, like you can nurture them, bring them along and stuff,
pay
but
for
eventually
everything.
And I'm gonna say that's obvious, like in like rap and stuff. You can look like Drake, for example.
Right.
Start off with Lil Wayne, then eventually what he wanted to do, create OVO. Or J. Cole with
Dreamville.
He started under Jay-Z. Now he got his own thing. Kendrick leaving TDE to start his own. And it's like, that's just like, he was just saying like, it's just something about the men where they gonna always desire to be the boss and not the number two.
Because they want to be their own.
Yeah. So, and that's just like an intrinsic thing. So I think about it from that way, where it's like, I want to help my friends and start stuff with them. But like I say, eventually, you the man.
You do.
We ain't no 50-50. No, this you. Just bring me down and just pay me my little 10%. And hey, this you, boss. I just wanted to help, you know?
Yeah.
And I always think about that because, like I said, I think that's true. Because when I start looking at stuff, it's like that's always like any dude that you bring along, eventually he gonna spot, especially if he's successful and he get to that, he gonna want to branch out, and that's like a natural progression and stuff. So that's like I say, I think that kind of ties to my purpose too. Is just wanting to like create a better tomorrow collectively.
Yeah.
And now I got my answer to tell them.
No, I mean, like, no, you put that together great. That was a great ISO, man. That's a great ISO.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I just gotta talk through
it. Man, talk through it, bro. But it sounds like to me, what I heard in your explanation is like, you like to take the burden, or not like, you want to take the burden of worrying about survival off of your people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we live like that. Or you've lived like that so long, like you don't want to have them you don't want them to have to deal with that thought or that burden on their path to being who they want to be. Like if you want to be that art sculptor, don't worry about this. Like this is here for you. You know what I'm saying? To fund your dreams. You know what I'm saying? And I love that, bro. I love that. I think the same way. Like I said, my word for the year is enterprise. Like you know, like I'm so geared towards just like creating these avenues for not only me but for my friends and family too, to enjoy that, you know. And you know, nepotism, we hear the word nepotism, right? That's what you were explaining. But we so used to hearing it in a negative connotation. It's not a negative thing. It's just something that we've never got to experience. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the majority, you know, white folks and, you know, anybody else, you know what I'm saying? And some black people do it. I don't want to make it seem like that. But like we hear that word and we think, oh, that's something that we'll never get. No, like nepotism is a good thing. It's just that we ain't never got to do it. And for us to get that little, it's possible.
And then like in this day and age, bro, it's any type of hobby or random activity you good at, bro. it's a way to monetize it.
Bro, they got people that sell cookies, that bake cookies on YouTube. You know, they get money. They get revenue with that.
People that sell the guy they had How Do I'm butchering his name, but he just show you how to do basic life stuff.
For real? Yeah.
So it's a lane for everything, man. You just gotta find it and home in on it.
I think about that a lot, bro. I think about like my purpose and like what I want things to be for me going forward, and you know, at the age where I'm 28. You know, I don't know if you want to give your age out there, but
slightly older. No, I'm 29, man. That ain't that much difference.
How about I say 28, 29?
Yeah.
But like we're at the point in our life where like things don't have to be set in stone, but it's like it got to be looking like, okay,
you got playing for keeps at this point.
Yeah, your stuff got to be shaping up a little bit right now. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't got to be figured out. Like, it ain't. No, we don't expect it to be figured out. But like, if I ask you like what you got going, like you got a good little answer you could give, like surface level, like.
It's time to get stuff going.
Yeah, get stuff
for real.
Get stuff going. No, and that's great, and that speaks to your personality, like how you're a methodical thinker. You're somebody that wants to put things in place, and you're already planning ahead. Like, think about it, you planning for generations that you don't even have yet. You ain't got no kids
that I don't even know.
How I say, them kids, God got them kids up there. You think about them already, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Which brings me to what I wanted us to get into today. So. And to the listeners, man, I thought it'd be, you hear Ed and I talk about the things we go through, right? What we do on a daily basis. We do our weekly updates, so you kind of get a sense of who we are. And I hear, me and Ed, we was talking about like what we want to talk about this week. And I said, man, you know what would be a good idea? Like, we should take this personality test and really like put some meat to the bones. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
pause.
Pause.
It's just for me. I don't know why. It just felt right.
I get it. I get it. So I said, well, we can take this Myers-Briggs test. And for those of you out there that know what it is, you probably just had like a little light bulb go off like, oh, okay. Some of you know yours. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much what it is. And I mean, let me ask you, Ed, are you familiar with the Myers-Briggs test?
Before we took the test, I would see random letters all the time on the internet, but I wasn't quite sure what the heck people were talking about.
And I used to think the same thing. And I used to be like, but what is this, like directions? You know what I'm saying? Or what is this, like acronym? But there is a personality test that kind of like puts you into your different, I don't know, types. I say archetypes for like the type of person you are, maybe your personality. All this don't have to be true, but you know what I'm saying? I thought it was fun that we can share with the listeners, because they probably take their test too. And excuse me, this brings me back to those tests. Remember like the early days of the internet where like, say like the show was like the famous J. Jackson or like Wizards of Waverly Place or something like that.
Yeah.
Remember you can go on there and take the test and tell you
like which character.
Yeah, which character you is, and this kind of brought me back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people used to say quizzes all the time. Like, people used to put their quizzes on MySpace. Remember the MySpace quizzes?
Yeah, it was a lot. When they just asked a bunch of random questions.
Yeah, it used to be like your favorite Jordan or like, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. The spaghetti or like.
Yeah, they asked a bunch of questions.
It'd be like spaghetti or nachos. It'd be like, why?
I'm going to say, if you was interested in a young woman, though, that was
Yeah, that quiz.
You can study and
that quiz
you can learn a little something.
That quiz on MySpace used to give you a little insight, though.
Yeah, get a little insight, for sure.
So this is what we doing, man. So let me give you a little background history, right? So the Myers-Briggs test, basically, it was founded by Catherine Cook Briggs and her daughter, Isabel Briggs Myers. So it was in the early 20th century. They was trying to research personality types, come up with a theory because she meant like what Isabel meant who would become her future husband. So they was trying to figure out compatibility, and she noticed that he had a different way of seeing the world. So she was like, is this going to work? You know what I'm saying? So they kind of came up with this test, and me and Ed took it. There's a lot more information behind it. You know, I put the link in the description.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Not Psychology Today. It's been a while since we did an article.
Yeah, it really has.
We've been going off the hip. I mean, but the articles, they still here. Just let y'all know. We're gonna put it there. You can take your own test. see what you come up with. So we took the test, and Ed, I don't know if you want to share yours. I don't know Ed answers, y'all. This is just straight.
Okay, so
and then we'll just comb through it, man.
Okay. So to start off, I am a protagonist.
Okay.
ENFJA.
Do you got a slash?
Well,
like, do it say NEFJ and then slash something else?
Yeah, with a ENFJT.
Okay. Go ahead. My bad.
But yeah, so just in general, that's like mine from an oversight. And they pretty much said the protagonist is a person with the extroverted, intuitive feeling and judging personality traits. These warm, forthright types love helping others, and they tend to have strong ideas and values. They back their perspective with creative energy to achieve their goals. The protagonist ENFJs feel called to serve a greater purpose in life. Thoughtful and idealistic, these personality types strive to have a positive impact on other people and the world around them. They rarely shy away from an opportunity to do the right thing, even when doing so is far from easy. And I think that was pretty good. It's kind of crazy when we just talked about purpose and then you tie this in and it's like, oh, okay. That actually makes sense.
Was that under introduction?
Mm-hmm. That was under the introduction.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it said protagonist what after that? Personality? It said protagonist then like personality after that?
You want the screen?
Oh. Okay, my boy. I'm only asking that because I got protagonist too.
Oh, really?
It says protagonist personality, but my description is a little different. So it says, I got the NEFJ, right? Mm-hmm. So mine was like, protagonist feel called to serve a greater purpose in life, thoughtful and idealistic, like you said, positive impact on other people around them. They rarely shy away from opportunities to do the right thing, even do it so far from easiest. Yeah. And then mine was to say that protagonists are born leaders, which explain these personalities that can be found amongst politicians, coaches, teachers. They're pretty much like typical jobs for this type of personality. And I like this sentence right here because I think it kind of speaks to me. Their passion and charisma allows them to inspire others, not just in their careers, but in every arena of their lives, including relationships. So I like that. Now I want to ask you this: did you agree with your?
Oh, I didn't keep scrolling down. Okay,
but what you was explaining, I didn't see that. So I don't know if it was different, the difference in answers or anything like that. But I wanted to ask you, like, did you agree with what you got, or do you disagree?
Yeah. I'm about to say, I think, kind of what I just talked about with my purpose in life. I think that kind of just I hadn't even read this yet. That's the funny thing. So
okay,
I feel like that kind of just reinforced what I was saying, which is kind of crazy.
I think it's crazy that like I didn't expect us to have the same answer. I really didn't. I thought we would have been two different people. That's why I said. That's why I wanted to.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
but because like the next thing was like speaking up for what's right, and it says. Protagonists tend to be vocal about their values, including authenticity and altruism. When something strikes them as unjust or wrong, they speak up, but they rarely come across as brashy or pushy, as their sensitivity and insight guide them to speak in ways that resonate with others. I think I just recently got to that point, but I think I'm there now. And then they're saying these personality types have an uncanny ability to pick up on people's underlying motivations and beliefs at times that they may not even understand how they come to grasp another person's mind and heart so quickly. These flashes of insight can make protagonists incredibly persuasive and inspiring communicators. And I do believe that, like,
okay.
Well, like I said, I do think that's very true because I think I've always kind of prided myself on my discernment when it comes to people. And I can kind of normally tell if a person working the angle or if they got, we always talk about boys be having motives.
Yeah, boy be schemed out.
Yeah, man. And just being able to kind of like notice that kind of stuff.
This kind of makes sense though, hearing you even say that, right? Like it says in a paragraph or whatever, but they rarely come across as brash or pushy, right? As the sensitivity and insight guides them to speak in ways that resonate with others. I always said, and this for the people, man, like, you've always been like a thermometer for the group. Like, I remember I told you, like, Ed, if you say you want to do it, everybody gonna want to do it. You know, that's not something that you ask for. Mm-hmm. You don't ask for that kind of influence, right? But it's funny because you being that person, you being the protagonist that has that personality, and me being the protagonist to notice it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's who that person is. Like, mm-hmm. like I just think that's so funny. I don't know, it's making me laugh right now because I recognize that. And I remember recognizing that at like an early point in our whole like friendship. Like me, you, and with the rest of our friends. I was like, if Ed pretty much want to do it, we pretty much gonna do it. But if Ed don't want to do it, we gonna take our time doing it, bro. I don't know if you noticed that about yourself.
No.
Man, you lying. You knew that about yourself.
Ask me a question then.
Man, Ed knew that.
He don't agree.
Man, people, bro, you didn't know you had that kind of influence. You don't know your influence?
No. I think I know that, like, if I don't want to do something, I don't want to agree with I'm going to make it vocal. And it's going to be a long day if we do something that I don't want to do because I'm going to complain and cite and vocalize my...
Yeah, you going to speak up with something not right. Yeah,
my unsatisfaction for sure.
Okay.
Because but I felt like at that time it was more so people not wanting to hear my mouth, so that's why they don't. It's like it's just easier just to move on.
Yeah.
More so than me just having the fluence and it being like, oh well, yeah, if he want to do it, yeah, we should do it.
Well, because I think a lot of people with how you present yourself, right? You know, and this is so funny. Like I got to do some more reading because I like how we both got this, but I know that we get to this different ways. Mm-hmm. I know we do, but it was always like, okay, Ed, he's a good guy. He has a good head on his shoulders. So everybody pretty much knew, like, if Ed think it's right, it's probably going to be right. Because we be crashing. The rest of us probably be crashing, bro, to be honest, bro. The rest of us is probably crashing. Got some ulterior motives, some schemes that we trying to work. Yeah. But if we know you want to do it, we pretty much went along with it. But I think that's the power of you. I think that's that leadership that they say the protagonist has. Mm-hmm. You know, because most leaders are appointed. They not, you know, they not assumed. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't assume leaders. The real leaders don't assume it. They're kind of like, no, I kind of like what Ed doing. We gonna go with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that was always kind of used. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, I will say that. I think I've always been reasonable, and I'm not gonna never put myself in like a
bad situation.
Unfavorable situation.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
or two is if I notice I'm in something like that, I'm quick to be like, okay, I gotta go ahead and go. This don't feel right.
So why you let us wear them black tees, man?
Yeah,
why you let
that
was
my idea. Nico, if you know, you know.
You know what? We could have spoke up right there, but
yeah, but it is really interesting because the next thing was saying from that protagonist's secret weapon is their purity of intent. Generally speaking, they are motivated by a sincere wish to do the right thing rather than a desire to manipulate or have power over other people. Mm-hmm. Even when they disagree with someone, protagonists search for common ground. The result is that people with this personality type can communicate with an eloquence and sensitivity that are nearly impossible to ignore, particularly when they speak about matters that are close to their hearts.
Okay.
And I think that's true too. Like as far as that goes, I think it's very true.
Now this is something this is one of the ones where I could definitely see us being the same, but like our path there is differently, right? Mm-hmm. Like, cause you gonna tell somebody like no, you know what I'm saying? You gonna just be like no. I'm gonna tell somebody no, but there's gonna be some more words involved in the no. Mm-hmm. Like you just gonna be like no, period. Mine gonna be like no. Let me tell you why. You know, you did all right, but like we can't do this because blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Or I can't get this to you because blah 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 blah. You know, I'm gonna explain my no. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you gonna just be like no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But,
I think that's how I initially communicate. But if someone asks me to expound, I can.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
but my thing,
you would be like, no.
I'm just give you the result first, and then if they need me to expound, I can, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but, see, you gonna show somebody the door, I'm gonna walk them to the door. Like I'm gonna walk you to the door. You know what I'm saying? And I think I think, damn, I don't mean to crazy, but this is so crazy. It's crazy. It says right here in this next thing, and then they got like some different types of, then we can comb through it. Let's say, when protagonists care about someone, they want to help solve that person's problems, sometimes at any cost. The good news is that many people are grateful for the protagonist's assistance and advice. After all, there's a reason that these personalities have a reputation for helping others to improve their lives. That's like literally what I just said earlier. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I know for me, and I've done this a lot, where somebody needed my help, or like, prime example, right? You guys used to come to my house, right? Back in high school, everybody used to come to my house, like, link up over there. And we'd be there for a long time, like sometimes till like 1, 2 in the morning, Mm-hmm. And as we got older, it got even, later and even wilder. But like, and my mama didn't always like it, but like, I remember struggling so hard to communicate this to my mom. Buddha understood, but Buddha had like a luxury I didn't. Buddha could like leave the room and go to sleep, but I used to stay there. I'd be sleepy, but I stay there I play another game of Madden. Okay, let's play another game of Halo. All right, another game of 2K. Even though I don't want to play and I'm done playing, I'll play another one and another one. Because I remember trying to explain to my mama about, I knew I'd recognize the safe haven that was my house for y'all. Or for my friends, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I definitely understood, like, when y'all came over, like, y'all was getting away from whatever y'all had going. Y'all came here just to do this, have a good time. Boom, that's what y'all here for. And I recognized that. And I had nights that, shoot, I probably go to sleep. I got a football game tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? None of these dudes in here play football, like, except for me, or I got to get up in the morning for church, or I got to do this, or shoot, I got a date, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go link up with my little girl I'm, messing with or whatever. But like, I recognize that with y'all. And I remember like biting that bullet a lot for my mama get on, man, she had some words for me after y'all leave. Like, man, why are you here so long? Blah, blah, blah. Did I smell liquor? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, I used to tell like mama, like, man, they feel safe over here. They feel good over here. Like, like, I know what it means to them. Like, y'all just don't worry about it. I remember doing that a lot. And I wasn't solving y'all real personal problems, but I was able to give some type of alleviation to like.
So yeah, that was like the safe haven where we could go and just forget about the outside world and just be ourselves, man.
Yeah, and some people knew when to leave. Some people just, man, I've been there some late nights, but that definitely speaks to that for me. I think about that when
I think this next part where I'm about to read is, but getting involved in other people's problems isn't always a recipe for success. Protagonists tend to have a clear vision of what people can and should do in order to better themselves, but not everyone is ready to make those changes. If protagonists push too hard, their loved ones may feel resentful or unfairly judged. And while this personality type is known for being insightful, even with the wisest protagonists, sometimes it may be misread as a solution or unwittingly give bad advice. Or unwittingly give bad advice. I think this part definitely is something that has shown through in my like romantic relationships, or even like just dating, where it's like you tell me something and I'm like, I know how to correct that,
but you don't say nothing.
Or like you said, it might, you could say it might come off the wrong way where you feel like, and create resentfulness or unfairly being judged because I've been told like, oh, you're so judgy, or, like that's something I've just being transparent. I've heard. Yeah.
Or like trying to counteract it and say, if protagonists push too hard, like I'm not trying to push too hard, but
just like I know how to solve
but the answer right there. Like I got the answer for this. Yeah, exactly.
But like I said, that part was definitely true. That's something that I have definitely encountered. Because it just be like, I know the answer to this, but do you want to do what it take to get to the answer?
Oh, that's you asking them. Oh, is that you asking yourself, do they want to?
Yeah, or it's I see what the issue is and I know how to fix that, but like I say, that comes up a lot.
See, Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No.
I was saying, like, this is the hardest right here. This passage that you read, like, this is great when you don't know the person.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you could just boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, this the answer. This what you could do. Don't worry about it. This isn't as bad until you're like kind of more involved with somebody.
But I say that's always a thing that I have to be aware of when I try to get romantically involved with somebody, because I know how I am. Uh-huh. Your problems are going to become my problems
because you're a fixer.
Yes, they're going to become my problems.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm not saying that that's healthy or it should be that way, but I know.
Me too.
I know it's a solution to this, and I can find it. And that's why sometimes when people got too much going on,
you just know you can't.
I shy away from it because it's like,
because I'm gonna get involved, and
then that's just too much. And like, I know I can't be involved with you without being involved with your problems.
I didn't know that about you. Well, I knew that about you, but I didn't know it went that deep for you.
Yeah, I look at that when people that's why it's like I kind of got to find. Mm-hmm. In the whole dating thing, somebody that's kind of like
independent
in the same place I am, because if we not, I just know like naturally.
And it's not even like I'm trying to tell you what to do.
I just want to help. You know?
But like
that's just me to naturally want to help.
Yeah, like if you talk to me about your regular day, right, and you say, "Man, I had a hard time getting this car washed," I'm gonna say, well, they got $7 car wash right here. With free bag.
Or I got a place where I'll take it over there when I take mine. Yeah. Or I'll take mine and I'll take yours. Like, yeah. I just naturally want to help. So it's like if I get involved with somebody, which means I probably care about them, then it's naturally I want to help. Like I can't just, that's not in me to just sit by and watch idle and be like, dang, that's messed up. That's hard.
Yeah, man.
No, it's like, shoot, well, you need some help. What can I do? How can I best serve you in this? Like, I'm asking, like, what can I do? And like I say, sometimes if somebody got too much going on, I burden all that.
Yeah. Or even like, remember, you ever seen it like coming a mile away? Like there's somebody with a lot going on. Like I should not get involved with this person. Like you just said, like, bro, like. And that's not even just on some like, man, bump them. It's like, nah, I gotta like look out for me because I know like you said, I know I'm gonna get too involved with that. And kind of going to the next passage about leading the way. It says people with this personality type, protagonists, are devout altruists, ready to face slings and arrows in order to stand up for the people and ideas that they believe in. This strength of conviction bolsters protagonists' innate leadership skills, particularly their ability to guide people to work together in service of the greater good. Man, if this ain't me right here, Ed, I don't know what it is, bro, because I'd have been cussed out by a number of our friends in lieu or en route to me just trying to get us to come together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you got your own plate with this. But I know I've been in a lot of situations where it's just like I'm getting ridiculed or criticized for trying to mediate a situation that like I really don't have to be in. Mm-hmm. Or I could just say no and just do my own thing, but I know like this gonna fall back eventually on me or on the group. So I try to be proactive to try to like circumvent it, you know what I mean? And I go through this a lot, man, but I love that because I do like speaking up for the group of people. I do like talking for the people that like don't have a voice and stuff like that. So, and this can be very, very toxic. This is probably one of my drawbacks too. Like, there's a lot of things in my life I didn't have to get involved with, but I got involved with for the sake of what I thought was right. You know what I'm saying? And it's benefited me, and it's also been a detriment as well. So, but I thought that was good to say because I'm the type of person. This kind of what I would think we different because you can like cut that off. Like me,
I can.
I really can't. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can. It's just that I have a hard time doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I be having too much of a heart sometimes. But no, man.
I think that was something I had to learn over time because I'd be trying to mediate it. Then
I'm learning it now.
Next thing I know,
Yeah.
I'm upset with me. I'm like,
yeah.
Excuse me?
I can't believe you would say that, Ed.
Or look at you trying to. I'm like,
what?
Sorry,
I was trying to help y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man.
I've learned that in like the last like 2 years. It took me a long time. Like I bumped my head. I ignored it. Okay. It was just ignore it. Like I'm like, this is wrong for me. Like I've ignored that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've tried, and I'm starting to get better with it now. And this is good because it goes into the strengths and weaknesses. I wanted to kind of go through a couple of those. Dang, that's crazy. So I go through one, and then, we can go back and forth, and whatever one step stand out with you. So it says, protagonists have strong opinions, but they're far from closed-minded. They recognize the importance of allowing others to express themselves fully. Even when protagonists don't agree with someone, they recognize that person's right to voice their truth.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I'm going to let people get their stuff off, whether I think it's wild or something like, you just got to let people be heard, feel heard,
That first sentence is like you up and down, bro.
Oh, yeah, definitely have strong opinions.
But you're not closed by it. Like, I can tell you, like, man, Ed, I thought about this today. You're like, that's wild. But, all right,
But, yeah, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, I think, like, everything is. I know I don't know everything, and there's always something to learn. So, you never know who you will learn something from either. So,
yeah. And with me, I'm so interested in hearing like somebody else's, or I'm so interested in hearing like somebody else's wisdom or what their perspective is.
I might say I love perspectives.
Yeah, so like I don't want to like I might learn something.
I might say even if there's no logic rooted in your perspective, it might just be entertaining.
But that be that conversation at the end of the night. You say, that boy said, all right. That boy said a closed door ain't really closed.
I might say because I've sat through people just getting their stuff off for 2 hours, and I'm just sitting there and like, oh, okay, yeah. Then I go back and I be like,
no, okay.
All right.
And think about the friends we have, man. Come on, man.
That's what I say, yeah.
Some of that be the whole time. I don't know if you got one that stuck out to you. I know we're getting close, so I just wanted to go through a couple.
But I know reliable. I think that, for me, that's like, I think that's like one of my strongest traits about me. I'm reliable. I'm always there if needed, man.
Yeah, you're gonna be there.
And to kind of expound what they said few things bother protagonists more than the prospect of letting down a person or cause that they believe in. People with this personality type can be counted on to see their promises and responsibilities through, even when it's difficult to do so.
I like this because, like, remember a little bit ago how I was saying, like, you would tell somebody no, but that's because, like, the no would be like, because I know if I say yes, I'm gonna see it through. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this way comes through. Rings true for you. You know what I mean? Same thing with me. Like, I don't like letting nobody down. Like, if I give my word to somebody,
yeah, man, I don't like letting people down. Yeah, if I say I'm
because I don't like that. I don't want that on my jacket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want that on my jacket.
Even if I'm not just necessarily up to it, I'm gonna always show up for people. Because I show up. That's like one of those things I take pride in, showing up for people.
If I say if Ed say he's gonna be somewhere, he's gonna be somewhere, man. Yeah. Now this one I like because this is a characteristic that they have here as a strength that I like. This might seem conceited, but I feel like I'm very good at this. Excuse me. I went to the bottom because I didn't want to go through all of them. It says charismatic, determined, and inspiring. Protagonists often find their way into leadership roles, whether they're the captain of the softball team or a leader on the world stage. They rarely lose sight of what their main goal is, to be of service to others. And that's all I ever be trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like with me, like, I'm the type of person I like to state my intention first. Like, bro, this is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you what is going to have to take place for that to happen. Like I always,
I know we've had a few episodes where we state like that's what we like to do, but the intent, especially in romantic situations.
Come on, bro.
Talking to partners and stuff, or somebody you romantically involved with. Because stuff gonna get misconstrued. But hey, this is my intent. This is what I'm trying to convey. Now let me talk through this. But I done told you the intent, so don't get it misconstrued. At least the intent, you know. Yeah.
No, I didn't have time where like I had to learn it though. Because Because that's one of the things I thought would just get picked up, you know what I'm saying, type thing like that. But I started to be like, no, it's been too many times where it's been misconstrued, miscommunicated, misinterpreted. So I just leave with that now. Even in my actions, though, like, you know, I'm going here to do this. Why we doing that? Because we got to be there for Ed, or we got to do this for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and it's just inspiring. You know, that's all I've ever been trying to do, inspire and stuff like that. But, go ahead.
But yeah, I'm gonna say I know one of the weaknesses on here that I thought was kind of hit home for me, where it was like intense.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to self-improvement, protagonists are rarely short on energy or determination, but they may not recognize that not everyone shares these qualities. At times, protagonists may push others to make changes that they aren't ready for, or simply aren't interested in making in the first place. And I feel like that was something I had to learn, what I think we kind of touched about in earlier podcasts, where I was saying, like, you know, what I want for myself and for others may not be what they want. And sometimes you got to just let people be
who they are
and be happy in what they want, and understand that that's okay too. Cause you might say, no, dude, you are great. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. We gonna get you there. And then that may not be something that they're interested in at all. And that's what I kind of had to learn, where it was like learning, like, okay, what are you trying to do? What you want to do? Yeah. And just kind of learning how to best support them in that way, you know, rather than trying to push my ideas on people on what I think they should be. And even if it's like, I'm telling you, like, it's not like I'm like saying, hey man, you should just give up and go work. Do something. Like, I'm saying, no, like, I believe you can be this if you wanted to. Yeah. Like, you could be big. Like, there's some people, some of our friends, so I think like some of the most talented people in the world, and they could like really do some great things, but it's like what I see for them, they may want something completely different. And it's like, you got to learn that that's okay too. And like I said, I feel like that was something that I struggled with early on. That's probably why I kind of bumped heads with a few people, because I was like, you can be doing this and this and this, and you only doing
you living under your greatness, man.
But you know, sometimes with you know, so I thought that one was a good one.
No, I definitely get that one. I mean, intense is a good word. I got that. I feel like that about you in our beginning stages of our friendship. I mean, this is an intense dude. Like, he know what he want. He ain't budging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm always saying, like, how they say, I'm pretty intrinsically motivated and stuff. Yeah. Because we kind of talked about that too, me being disciplined and stuff. Yeah. Like, I don't need
other people to tell you
external stuff for me to get something that I'm gonna get it done, because I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah. And I remember like that being one of the things that, like, it's funny. It's like a double-edged sword, right? That was one of the things that like people used to want your opinion on things, Ed, but people used to be scared to bring it to you because of how set you are in your mentality. So they'd be like, man, I kind of want to ask Ed this, but I ain't going to do that because I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People be like that. People used to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people still like that. Like, I spent so much time with you now that I know I know that come with it. So I'd be like, Ed, I don't want to do this. Or, Ed, we should do this. You going to say what you want to say, but then we going to get through it. We're going to talk through it. Now, one of the weaknesses that stood out to me on here, because I know it's me, is just overly idealistic. So it says, protagonists tend to have clear ideas about what's right and what's wrong. They often think that everyone shares these fundamental principles, or at least that everyone should share these principles. So it can come as a genuine shot to protagonists when people violate their core values, such as truth and justice. Like, and that rings so true to me, because like I've been in situations where like I thought they were just genuinely accepted that this is how this is gonna get played out, but people were really violated. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even violate you, violate the situation. Like, oh my God, this dude just turned up like this, or this woman, she like didn't see it this way. I was like, bro, like, what's going on? Like, that prompts me to like think, to question like the deeper moral character of the person I'm dealing with, or the friend that I have. Like dang, like that shit be, that stuff be like rocking me to the core sometimes. Like, because I'll bring it up the next day, like, bro, that boy really said that, or he really did that. Or even if I hear about it, like, dang, he lied on him, or he did this, or he didn't pay this man. Like, I'd be like this, I thought better of him. You know what I'm saying? Or I thought better of her. Like, and me, I just be thinking like everybody has this good intent. but everybody ain't got that.
Yeah.
And that leave me vulnerable in a lot of situations. And I know that about myself, so I like to catch myself when I'm thinking that, like, nah, Jew, like, this dude might not, or this girl might not, won't, like, think this way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you coming in with good intentions, so that's fine.
I mean, you know good.
Yeah. He say he don't be no wrong. He don't be no good either. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to check myself on being too idealistic, because I know sometimes I can have my head in the clouds. Like, man, it's going to be good. Super optimistic. Like, nah, everybody don't be rocking like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I'm sorry if you had another one or something like that. I know we get to our little mark. But, you know, this Myers-Briggs test, I mean, what do you think about it? You know, just put a bow on it, man.
I think it was pretty good. You know, I mean, they had like a lot of different components, and honestly, we may have to do a part 2 on this, because we only kind of did the intro and the strengths and weaknesses, but we still got romantic relationships, we still ain't do that. Friendships. We not on the parenthood vibe yet, but we got the career paths and work habits. So workplace habits. So I think, honestly, we're gonna have to do a part 2, man.
Man, they got a section on the romantic relationship that say the long haul. Come on, bro. I ain't even read through all this.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we didn't want to drag it out too long, because this definitely would have been a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
So I think we're gonna do a part 2 for this one, and then kind of dive into it more, because this romantic relationships one, man.
You looked at it a little bit?
I kind of skimmed through it, and I was like, oh, nah.
This must say dreaming together.
I was going to say, no, this is an hour right here. Romantic relationships alone, to be honest with you. So, we're going to have to definitely do a part 2 of this one.
I will say this in closing. Like, I do, as much as I was surprised about, like, us having the same one, I do get it. Because there's a lot of times, we've been in a lot of situations where I'd be like, yeah, you saw that? You'd be like, yeah, I saw that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very true.
And I'd be like, yeah, I saw that too. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we in a crowd somewhere and something happened, you definitely want to feel like, I ain't got to worry about if Ed saw that, because I know he did. Yeah. We're talking, it's going to come up later. Like, we might be eating, we might be playing the game. It'd be like, it might even come up that day. It might be like a week later. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I saw that too. Like, but I see it. I'm like, if I saw it, I know Ed saw it. Like, it's one of them type of things. I know Ed saw it. So, that's true. This kind of makes me happy too, because I'm like, yeah, this definitely is.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't really put that much thought into it if we was gonna have the same ones, but it's like I'm kind of surprised, but not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
Because it kind of go into what people say about the podcast. I was like, well, y'all be having different views, but not really kind of the same. Yeah. Like, okay, well.
It'd be like this. And we said this before. It'd be the same end goal.
It's just the different approaches to get there.
It's just the path there is totally different.
That's what's different.
That's what's different. But
the end goal is always the same.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, this has been good, man.
Yeah. We're never going to do a part 2.
Yeah, I might say, because that romantic relationship one, I'm excited for that one. But yeah, this has been episode 53.
53. We're going to have the links for the test.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In the article, in the description, so you can take your test. Let us know what you get. I put my letters in my bio. I don't know what that's going to do.
Yeah. ENFJ-A.
Now you could go into that. It says, what's the difference between that? So the A mean aggressive and the T mean turbulent.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. So we hadn't even gotten to
it. Says assertive protagonist, then it says turbulent protagonist. So
I got questions, because assertive makes sense to me, but that turbulent one, I don't know, man. But yeah, man, this has been episode 53 of the Transferable Experience podcast. Remember to do all the things on all the things. Till next time.